Morning, everybody. So I'm Miss Rachel, and I'm going to bring some more crafts for you today. Miss Bethany couldn't be here today, so it's just going to be me and I'm going to call him Mr. Snuggles. Can you say hi to everybody? Hi, everybody. So he's originally Puss in Boots, but since he has no feet or boots, that just doesn't make sense. So you need to put your homemade mask on, because that's one of the things we're going to be working on. The first thing I'm going to show you how to do is how to make a homemade mask. I noticed at Walmart they've got like those masks that are like 20 bucks a piece, and it's expensive. So this is a cheap way to do a face mask if you need one, if you don't want to go to Walmart for one. So all you need are some hair ties or rubber bands. I prefer rubber band hair ties because have you ever put a rubber band in your hair? If you try to take it out, it'll pull your hair out. So painful. So you need one of those, and then a handkerchief. Okay. And then the first thing you're going to do, you're going to fold it in thirds, or quarters. Yeah. So fold top side down, and then fold bottom side up. So you have a large rectangle. Okay. And then what you can do, you can fold it again. So you now have 4 layers of rectangle. And then you're going to take your, keep calling them rubber bands, or hair ties, rubber bands, hair ties, and you're going to put them through here and create kind of, I don't know, it reminds me of a candy wrapper. And then you can scoot them as closely to the middle if you want. Just have it as large or as small as whatever you need. You know, if it's for a small child, you might need a smaller area for the mask. So you've got those like that. Yeah, candy wrapper to me. And then you can fold the ends this way. So you've got several layers. And so this little pocket in one end, you can take the other and fold it in. I think the CDC did something similar to this, so this is kind of pretty cool. So there's this. Now, I guess I'm not doing a very good job of it. Okay, here we go. And then, ta-da! Nice little homemade face mask if you would prefer to not purchase one from, you know, the big stores that, yeah, they're expensive. I bought a box of those like disposable ones, and it was 20 bucks. It's like, it's gonna break the bank if I have to buy more. So nice little cheap alternative to do. Okay, so with that out of the way, I've got some crafts that I will be doing. The first one is called a yarn ball. You might have seen this on Pinterest. That's where I got it from. So first thing you need to do is blow up a balloon. I don't know, I might blow up a few more because I like balloons. They're cool. Kids, you might need some help with this because, I don't know, blowing up balloons is a little bit difficult for me. Now, you want to blow it up as large as you want your yarn ball to be. So that's a pretty decent size for what I want to do. So the way to tie it off real easy, kind of stretch out the end of it and then twist it around. Ah! Okay. Okay, there's my balloon. So next thing is choose your yarn. If you're like me, I've been learning how to knit, and so I have a bunch of yarn just lying around. So if you don't, you know, yarn's pretty cheap, especially if you go for the cheap stuff. So I'm gonna start off with one long line of yarn. I'm gonna do this multicolored one because it's pretty. Okay. And then I'm using Modge Podge to glue. You can do regular glue mixed with a little bit of water to water it down. But I like this just because it's quick and easy and it dries clear. Okay. I've only practiced this once, so if it fails, you can all laugh at me. It's okay. I'll laugh with you. Okay. So I'm going to paint the glue on the balloon. Okay, and then I'm going to put my starting string, and then I'm going to basically paint more glue on top of the string. And so that should help me with like wherever it needs to go. You can't, my balloon is going everywhere. Okay, you can start off by painting the whole thing with glue and go from there. I'm doing it the hard way, I guess. I don't know. My instructions just say, you know, glue it to the balloon. Yep. It's too bad Miss Bethany wasn't able to be here today because, I don't know, I'm trying to fill the silence and I can't really type. So, and I can't really talk to a puppet, can I? I'm not very good at that. Yeah. So, paint, paint, paint. Yeah. So, I do want to ask people, you know, you can comment down below on the video, how's your summer going? Or have you been reading all that much? Have you been doing any of the crafts that we have been demonstrating? Are you ready for summer to be over and school to start back up? Are you tired of the heat? I'm kind of tired of the heat. It is hot outside. So, yep. I should have thought this through a little bit more because I know, yeah, I don't know, the gluing process is taking a little bit longer, but we can have more of a conversation, I guess. So, Mr. Snuggles, are you enjoying your summer? Oh, not too bad, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I've almost got all the glue on the entirety of the balloon. Yay! Okay, so now I can move the string all around, and you're basically just rolling it in a ball like you would if you were making just a regular yarn ball to store it. Okay. You know, it'd be easier if this thing would not move as much. You know, it's not showing up near as nicely. If I had a darker colored yarn, maybe that would help. Okay. Do be warned, I am getting glue all over my fingertips. So if you're okay with that, I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. My instructions are not all that clear. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna bring this a little closer and show you what I'm doing. Hopefully it comes up on the camera because that is not. Here we go. So you're just putting it all around there, and you can put as much or as little yarn on there as you want. I think I'll put on some more because I can. It looks kind of empty without more yarn. It's a little bit easier if you do it this way, but you get more glue on your hands if you do it this way too. So now I've seen people use these as like house decorations and stuff after it's all said and done. You know, use them for whatever you want. It's a cool, neat little craft. So, I almost got glue all over myself. Okay, let's call that good. And now for the final step of this thing, oh, well, not the final step. The next step is to paint more glue basically over the yarn. That way it actually is sticking and it's not just, you know, sticking slightly. Let's see. I've seen some really cool ones of these on like Etsy and eBay. Yeah, some people just go all out on these little knickknacks to put in their house. Okay, so I think I about got that all done. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry. Since Modge Podge usually takes about maybe 10 minutes, roughly, to dry. Well, it's drying really quickly on my fingers. Okay, so that's drying. I've got another craft that we can do, and hopefully it's dry by the time we're done with the other craft. If I can get the lid back on. There we go. Put that there. Okay. You ever have the feeling of like glue drying on your fingers and you're trying to get it off and it's just not coming off into strings? Okay, the next craft that I have for you is a paper lantern. So all you need is a sheet of paper, and I want you to cut off about maybe an inch. I think that's an inch roughly off the end up there. Okay, and that's going to be your handle, so don't throw it away. So my handle and then my piece of paper. Glue is bothering me. Okay. Okay, you're gonna fold your piece of paper in half. Yeah, like that. And then you're going to cut slits on the folded side until it's approximately, you know, that width, you know, an inch from the end. So I'll make one slit and kind of show you what I mean. You don't want to cut it too far because then you'll cut it off. So here we go. See this little nice little sliver? You're going to do that the entire way through on the page. The glue is like clumping on my fingers, and I'm trying to use my fingers to work on this. Come on. Okay. More cutting. Now this is an easier craft. That one is more maybe teenagers or maybe school-age kids if they're I don't know if you're okay with them using glue, and I don't know. You can determine. I'm sure you guys know your kids better than I do. So, but this one is very, very easy. I did this for church once, and the kids really liked it. It was super easy to do too. Okay. Looks like one more. Okay, so by the end of your cutting, you should have a paper that has slits all around here. Okay? Okay, and then I'm going to twist it around. Don't bend it, but you're going to make kind of a tube out of it. Yeah? Tube. And you can use tape. I like staples. Staples are pretty easy when the stapler works. I hope it works this time. Last week was fun with a non-working stapler. Okay. Yay! And the other side. Okay, so now you have your tube. pretty cool, doesn't it? And then you have your handle. So you'll take that and put it to your top. I mean, either side can be your top. So, what's really cool is before you cut anything, you can decorate the page. You can try to decorate it as the finished product like this. That might be a little bit more difficult to do, but you can decorate. You can decorate it before you cut it all out. So that's what I will do this time since my glue is not finished. But I'll show you again. But I'm going to show you quite a few. I don't know. I'm going to color it inside and out. Like I'm going to put confetti. I don't really know how to make confetti. Oh, or I don't know. I'm not an artist, so confetti is like the easiest thing because it's just scribbles for me. Some red confetti. I don't know if you can see that, kinda. I don't know. And then let's do some blue confetti. Do red and blue. If I had a white marker, I don't even know if they make those. If I had a white marker, we could do red, white, and blue since, you know, we just came off the holiday weekend. Okay. Okay, so front and back, all colored. I'm going to fold this over again. Then do some cuts. All the way there. So you're about approximately an inch away from the end. That was a terrible cut. My last cut was terrible. This is what you do when you try to rush things. I mean, oh, why am I rushing? I don't need a rush. Anyway. Okay, and then do more of that. I have big thumbs. They get in my way. Okay. And then okay. So nice, pretty. Have a little bit of a design. It's pretty cool. I will show it a little bit closer since I don't know. From here it looks like you can't see it too well. So then stapling on my candle. Come on. Okay. I will show this up closer since you can't see all too well. Here we go. That's pretty pretty. There we go. Well, I'm sure your kids can do it. You know, you can use glitter. You can use all sorts of fun, you know, real confetti. Glue that on before you cut it all up. But it's pretty cool. Okay. Now, I won't keep you for much longer, but I want to tell you, so the last step on this yarn ball thing is to pop the balloon after it's done drying, and then you're done with it. But since it's not done drying and it looks like it's going to need another roughly 10 minutes, and you know, I don't want to keep you guys for too long, that's that last step. If you need the instructions, we've got printouts of the instructions, and I can give those to you if you want to come into the library. Otherwise, I hope you had a good day, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So I'll see you later.